And welcome back to the Week 8 Penn preview here on the Regional Radio Sports Network and RRSN.com. Adam Demaree alongside me, Cory Yeoman. And first off, Coach, another great win last Friday, 43-0 against South Bend St. Joe. I thought a couple of early turnovers for the Indians really got your defense going and gave your team some confidence in the early going.
Well, it was a much better start this week than it was the week before, and I think we had their attention and their focus, and I liked the way they responded.
You know, obviously, one of the things that we were talking about last week was the fact that after the Washington game, there were some mistakes that you wanted to see your team correct. Did you see that your team correct those mistakes last Friday?
Yeah, I really did. I think that our focus was a lot better in practice, and I think our kids played a heck of a lot faster as well, too. It's, you know, if you focus on what you're supposed to do, it's amazing how much faster you can play.
Obviously, Tim Pletcher, Tyler Carpenter heads up that backfield, two senior leaders out there in the backfield. But I thought a player who's really caught my eye the last couple of weeks, Cedric Vakala, he's done a great job as a junior, really adding a third attackman in that backfield and making it a three-headed monster.
Oh, he is. I mean, he is a load. You know what I mean? He's a physical kid that plays extremely hard, and you know he's also played linebacker for us in the past as well. But you know, I have no problem with him being in there carrying the football.
Obviously, you look at offensively, you had a big guy come back this week in John Olson, a wide receiver, sophomore for your team. How did he perform? Did you think his first game back?
Well, he did a great job. It was great to have him back. You know, it's unfortunately, you know, guys get banged up a little bit, and it takes a little time to heal, and it's always great to see him come back, and it was great to see him out there with his helmet on again.
What does he bring specifically to the receiving game for you, as well as you know, what's his chemistry like on field with Camden Bone?
Well, I mean, he moves extremely well in space. He understands concepts extremely well, and he has a nice set of hands also.
Defensively, obviously, we talked about a little bit before, the turnovers really gave your defense, I thought, some confidence, gave your offense really good field position as well. What type of task are they going to be seeing this week against South Bend Riley? Well,
you know what? When you take a look at Riley, the first thing that grabs a hold of you, you take a look at those three receivers with, you know, King and Lawrence and Luga. And those are all great athletes. They can stretch the field. They're physical receivers, and they go up, get the ball, and then once they do catch the ball, they're a threat to take it all the way every time. And that's the same thing as far as the return game on kickoff return and punt return. Those guys handle those duties as well, and they are a threat. On the other side of the ball, their linebackers flow extremely well. They're a big physical offensively and defensive line. They have some guys going both ways, you know what I mean? And naturally as you go, you know, naturally they get a little winded at times because they have some guys that rotate in and out, not full time both way guys, but that's hurt them a little bit earlier on. But now as the weather's starting to change and the temperature's getting a little bit cooler, that task is a little bit easier to handle, and they continue to improve as well.
Obviously, the regular season coming to a close here last 2 weeks, and then obviously you got the playoffs as well. I know for you, it's senior leadership the entire season. You really want your seniors to step up in those roles. As the season comes to a close and as the playoffs come up and are approaching, how are the seniors handling that role?
Oh, they've done a great job. You know, they've got a lot of games under their belt right now, and I couldn't be happier with our senior leadership, whether it's in the school, in the community, out on the practice field, or on the game field. They've done an outstanding job. So, I sleep pretty well at night because I know they're going to give me their best shot. You know what I mean? And that's all you can ask for. They prepare extremely hard. They practice hard and they play hard. And once you get to that point in the season that you know those guys are going to do that, you know, everything else is going to kind of take care of itself. So I'm very, very happy with that. Now we've got a tough couple games coming up right here. I mean, another NIC game, Game 5 against Riley, and then close the regular season out with an outstanding Mishawaka team as well. So that's going to do nothing. Those two games are going to do nothing but help prepare us for the playoff run. And it's an exciting time of the year when you get close and the leaves start to change. But that's where we're at right now, and it's fun.
Well, you look at obviously Mishawaka next week, but you can't overlook South Bend Riley this Friday night. You look at what they're going to bring. What do you need to bring offensively, defensively, and in the special teams game as well?
Well, for this game, I mean, it's a big game because if you look back at the last year's ball game, I mean, Riley had some great athletes every year, and they can stress you, and they did it. They did out here at our place last year. So we're going to get ready to play, and I know coaches over there talking to them about the same thing. I mean, they had their shot last year, and they played, and they can play with. They have those type of athletes that can play with anybody. So we've got to be ready to go. And whether it's at Jackson Field or whether it's out here at Freed Field and in this great stadium that Coach Kingsmen built, I mean, no matter where we're at, we got to be ready to go because they're gonna attack us offensively and defense. So I think our coverage teams have got to do some stuff because of the return guys they have. Our coverage teams are going to be stressed. I think also, our return guys, we got to continue to, gouge teams if we can, if at all possible, with our return game. We haven't done a ton with our punt return. Some of it has to do with where the ball goes, where it flies, and the type of balls that are getting off. But I like to see our punt return get a little bit more dominant, and hopefully we can catch some balls and do something with that. Kickoff return the same way. That has to be a weapon for us going into the end of the season. Defensively, we just got to continue to do what we do. Play great team defense against guys with great athletes, and everybody do their part. And then offensively, move the sticks, take care of the football, and just keep pressing and grinding, and that's what they do extremely well.
Best luck on Friday, Coach.
All right, thanks, Adam.
That was Cory Yeoman, head coach of the Penn Kingsmen here on the Regional Radio Sports Network, the Week 8 Penn preview. You can catch myself and Kenny Hurt this Friday night with the kickoff at 7 o'clock on 91.1 The Globe, 95.3 Michiana's News Channel, and, of course, the Regional Radio Sports Network.